Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
December 8, 5 o'clock America, New York. Climate activists stage protests at 2 German airports. Climate activists have briefly disrupted traffic at Munich Airport in southern Germany, in a protest against the environmental impact of air travel.
New York Times World News.
December 8, 5 o'clock America, New York. Tiny Vanuatu uses its unimportance to launch big climate ideas. It wants a top international court to weigh in on whether nations are legally bound to protect against climate risks. The atoll nation of Vanuatu is threatened by rising seas.
New York Times World News.
December 8, 5 o'clock America, New York. How the global spyware industry spiraled out of control. The market for commercial spyware, which allows governments to invade mobile phones and vacuum up data, is booming. Even the U.S. government is using it.
Mirror World News.
December 8, 4:57 America, New York. Iran hangs protester for waging war on God in first execution after nationwide unrest. Other detainees face the possibility of the death penalty for their involvement in the protests as an outcry against Iran's morality police for the killing of a woman who refused to wear a hijab. Washington Post World. December 8, 4:53 America, New York, Portugal. Woman dead after overnight rains flood Lisbon. Portugal's Civil Protection Agency says one person died Thursday during the heavy rains that fell overnight in the capital, Lisbon.
BBC News World. December 8, 4:22 America, New York. Risk of Russia using nuclear weapons has lessened, says Germany's Scholz. The German chancellor said Western pressure had contributed to making Russia tone down its nuclear rhetoric.
Mirror World News.
December 8, 4:02 America, New York. Child, 4, dies of suspected strep A in Ireland as bacteria outbreak spreads. A 4-year-old girl from Belfast is thought to be first case of strep A to hit the island of Ireland before another infection was reported in Public Health Group A, which encompasses the northeast of Ireland and North Dublin.
Washington Post World.
December 8, 3:53 America, New York. Norway acquits Putin ally's son who flew drone. The son of a Russian businessman close to President Vladimir Putin has been acquitted in Norway of violating a law that bars Russians from flying drones.
BBC News World.
December 8, 3:40 America, New York. Iran carries out first execution over anti-government protests. Mohsen Shakari was hanged after being convicted of enmity against God, state media report.
BBC News World.
December 8, 3:24 America, New York. Li Wenliang. Chinese Poor Hearts out on COVID martyrs page. Thousands are leaving emotional comments on the online page of a doctor who sounded the COVID alarm.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News. December 8, 3:21 America, New York. Iran executes first known prisoner arrested during protests. Iran says it has executed a prisoner arrested during the ongoing anti-government protests, the first known death sentence linked to the unrest. Videos on social media appear to show a crowd chanting an amp. Number 34. Do not call me a seditionist. World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
December 8, 3:13 America, New York. TikTok sued in U.S. over Chinese access fears, as analyst predicts close call on outright ban. TikTok is being sued by the U.S. state of Indiana, alleging deception of its users about China's access to their data. File photo. TikTok app logo is seen in this illustration taken August 22, 2022.
New York Times World News.
December 8, 3:07 America, New York. A surge in tourists in rest of Kashmir, but no mental peace for residents. Visitors have flocked back to the region, proof, India says, that its imposition of control worked. But people who live there say fear and uncertainty persist. At the Tulip Garden in Srinagar, Kashmir, in April. The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy. December 8, 3:07 America, New York. UK royals brace as Harry-Meghan doc promises full truth. Britain's monarchy braced for more bombshells to be lobbed over the palace gates Thursday as Netflix released the first 3 episodes of a series that promises to tell the full truth about Prince Harry and Meghan's estrangement from the royal family.
Time.
December 8, 2:35 America, New York. crypto as anything but private. An author examines crime on the blockchain. A version of this article was published in Times newsletter Into the Metaverse. Subscribe for a weekly guide to the future of the Internet. You can find past issues of the newsletter here.
Fox News.
December 8, 2 o'clock America, New York. AI bot that can do schoolwork could blow up U.S. education system, with youngest at most risk. Former teacher. Former English teacher, Peter Laffin, predicts OpenAI's new artificial intelligence chatbot will lead to a learning crisis and force teachers to rethink education.
Time.
December 8, 1:50 America, New York. Iran announces first execution of prisoner arrested in protests. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Iran said Thursday it executed a prisoner convicted for a crime allegedly committed during the country's ongoing nationwide protests, the first such death penalty carried out by Tehran.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
December 8, 1:21 America, New York. Iran executes first known prisoner arrested in protests. Iran said Thursday it executed a prisoner convicted for a crime allegedly committed during the country's ongoing nationwide protests, the first such death penalty carried out by Tehran.
RT World News.
December 8, 1 o'clock America, New York. UK-US military chiefs discuss nuclear subplan. The US, UK and Australia discussed regional deterrence days after Beijing blasted UK-US over nuclear proliferation.